is currently holding a crisis meeting, beg your pardon, with the clinical officers at their Delta House offices here in Nairobi's Westlands area. You recall that the clinical officers issued a strike notice, and the Council of Governors is now seeking to avert that strike that is set to begin on Sunday night. Our reporter Nick Wambua is following these developments and now joins us live for further insights from our City Center studios. A very good afternoon to you, Nick. Thank you very much for joining us. What are some of the things we expect this afternoon after that particular meeting with the Council of Governors and the clinical officers?
Thank you very much, Akisa. And just as you indicated rightly, is that the clinical officers are currently meeting with the Council of Governors in Nairobi to discuss matters pertaining the strike notice that they had issued back in 2016. If you remember, this strike, as now they are saying, they are going to hold it if the government does not make efforts to avert it, but that is on Sunday midnight. They had issued the strike notice last year, 2016, but then it was postponed by 45 days, which ends on the 22nd, that is on Sunday. Right now, the meeting that they are having is that they are seeking to have their salaries increased with their promotions, with the members, that is the union members getting promotion. That is what they want, their salaries plus their promotions. Also, they also want their allowances to be improved. And therefore, Akisa, after this meeting, we are going to know whether the clinical officers, just like the doctors are on strike right now, and the nurses back were on strike, which they later called off. But now, after today, we are going to know the step forward, what they are going to come up with, what they are going to resolve, whether to end or whether to call off the strike that is for Sunday. But of course, as I spoke to the chairman, that is Peter Wachira, he said that after the meeting with the Council of Governors, they are going to decide whether to call off the strike. And if then the government does not, we are going to see another group in the medical sector going on strike come Monday morning. And therefore, Akisa, we are following up on this story. And right in the evening, we'll be bringing up the whole story to give you the full view of the meeting as it proceeds. Back to you, Akisa.
Nick, since the doctor's strike began and the whole crisis in the health sector, we've not really seen clinical officers feature anywhere. So what exactly are they looking for?
Akisa, just like the doctors want the CBA to be implemented that they came up with the government in 2013. But the clinical officers are very specific that they want promotions for their members. They want better pay and improved allowances. Therefore, Akisa, this is what they're seeking to get. And if they do not get it, that means that automatically on Sunday we are going to have the clinical officers, the only officers who are remaining in service right now to offering services to Kenyans. We are going to see them also down their tools and get to where the doctors are right now. Because also, if you remember, Kisa, yesterday, the students, that is the doctor students, they also were, they held protests yesterday in to support the doctor's strike. And therefore, Akisa, this means a paralysis in the medical sector that maybe if the government does not look keenly into it, it is going to be a complete paralysis if the government then does not come into the clinical officers' strike. It means that we are still going to see the clinical officers not heeding to what they may call into what they may say that they are going to give, just like last year, they said they are going to postpone the strike for 45 days. Therefore, now they say that it cannot happen until the government gives them what they want.
Nick, thank you very much for that update. That's our reporter, Nick Wambua, joining us from our City Center studios. And definitely, as he says, we will continue to monitor the talks between the Council of Governors and the clinical officers as they've threatened to go on strike. Remember,